Both these teams, I feel like, can do things early on in the game. It's just a question of who gets more done, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Prepare for
I
battle.
think the team that can get more done is definitely going to be this Dire side.
They'll take a look. They've got the Inkswell out. Fade on the run. Breathe Fire was there, but they're trying to get this kill. XSS looking over at the Grimstroke. They've got DK, who doesn't have enough mana for the Dragon Tail at the moment. He's got 2 charges in the wand. Ether Shot comes in, but there's the Dragon Tail out on a Fade.
Oh, what a diss up.
Killing a super before they do end up losing Fade. It'll be 1-for-1. However, first blood goes the way of this Pangolier.
With the Necrobook on the Beastmaster. Yeah, it's so easy, right? Like, DK TP's bot.
Shrek needs to be very careful. Oh god, a third death would be just stymieing here. They get the kill on a Fade. They take out Xuan. Setsu, he ends up with 2. I talked about how maybe his third death would be devastating, but instead he just walks away with a triple kill. What is that on the opposite side of?
Infernal Blade damage, I'm pretty sure.
Remnant forward. Serpent Ward's committed. Got nice the Primal Roar as well as the Soulbind. The Soulbind was after the Primal Roar, but the Rolling Thunder comes in. They'll get the kill into Super. Now they look over to finish off Flywin. They'll get themselves a second. Monet shows up to this. Dragon Tail is thrown in at XSS. But nothing to follow that up just yet.
Here comes Lesh, though.
Yeah, Leshrak probably looking to clean up. Setsu's now here. Misses the stun. And we'll get the kill there on the Fade.
By this point. Top lane. They're looking at this Lesh, but...
Song?
They are kind of nearby on like the Mirana and the Grimstroke, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to do here.
They're going to walk in with the Swashbuckle, and Rolling Thunder was started, but I believe there was a stun out onto this Pangolier to start this off. They get the kill there on SCCC. Setsu gets credit for that one. He ends up losing his life, but down goes Xuan, and it's a double kill for Setsu. Meanwhile, the chase XSS, the damage coming through as well as the Dragon Tail, stuns him up after the Swashbuckle. They'll leap forward. They've got the Moonlight Shadow as well as the Arrow coming in, and now the Phantom's Embrace, so there's no way to Swashbuckle away from this one while it's on, but once he takes it off, he tries to get into the trees with the Swashbuckle as well as the heal from the Treant Protector. Another Dragon Tail is out. So let's see what they can do. Meanwhile, Dragon Tail as well as the Inkswell comes out onto the Treant Protector. They'll get the kill there on a Bobica. They've used the Moonlight Shadow. They'll chase the rest of the side of Team Aster. They look over for the Pangolier. The Primal Roar comes in. Sleight of Fist not going to be enough from Xuan. And now with 2 gone, they really need to start to run, but they can't get far enough away from this RNG side. Fade ends up dead to Setsu with the Blink Dragon Tail coming out from Monet. They are locking down these heroes and overwhelming the side of Team Aster.
And they managed to keep the Catapult alive as well with the Glyph. That was really well played. So now the Death Ball just starts. Here we go. They have Lesh, DK, Beastmaster Core to Lesh. These small mistakes that you make in the early stages of the game are going to like get blown out of proportion. They're going to be able to make the most out of absolutely nothing.
Oh god, they've found SCCC. They get the kill. So let's see who comes out on top. RNG heading towards mid. Towards bottom, though, is the side of Team Aster. They've also used Moonlight Shadow with this, so that's always nice to see as we take a look over mid. Treant Protector in trouble, and he ends up dead. No. Soulbind comes in as well as the Primal Roar. Onto the high ground, though, is the Pangolier, who is locked up and in trouble. They try to at least get the kill on a Super, which they finally will find, but they've already lost Bobica and SCCC. And Dragon Tail, as well as the extra damage coming in from Setsu and the rest of the squad. They'll get the kill there on the Fade. They're looking for a 4th. They look over at XSS. They'll make it a 4th. Triple kill again for Setsu.
Like, he's going to have this ult up again in 30 seconds. And it's not even finished on the first duration yet.
They really need to make something happen, but it's a TP right into the Dragon Tail. Soulbind comes in, Stroke of Fate hits, and they've got themselves the Starstorm and the damage from September to get the kill. They'll drop the Serpent Wards, Overgrowth through. Monet finally drops, but look at the damage that Setsu is doing. They get the kill on a Fade. They look over at Xuan. He's trying to run, but the Primal Roar is there, so they'll line that up with all the extra damage that they've got to get the kill onto the Ember. And I mean, they are really starting to dismantle these Aster heroes. However, they'll send back Setsu.
Maybe they just feel like the Grimstroke's more important to keep alive in the fights because of how much he's been doing.
They find the Beastmaster. They've got the Serpent Wards down as well as the Rolling Thunder coming in, but the BKB's been popped by the Beastmaster. They get the Cone of Fate. They've thrown the Primal Roar out onto XSS. Swashbuckle to try and get some distance between him and Setsu. He'll look for the TP out, but the stun is in time, and Setsu will get the kill on XSS.
Your Shan has fallen to the dark.
Yeah, that's really sad as well, because he has Song on Naga, right? So if you can get into the pit quickly enough, you can stop them from taking the Roshan. Like, their AC is super good for allowing them to hit this timing that they've hit this game. Like, the buildings are going to melt quicker now, because Edict's physical damage as well. So the AC amps up the Edict damage too.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
So into the Elder Dragon form.
Level 3 now.
See what they can get out of this. Once the glyph is up, they rip through the range racks, they go over the melee racks, and those are looking like those are going to drop just as quickly. Tree's taken out near the racks too, so that'll force back Bobica. Unable to stay as forward as maybe he would like. The stun hits on the XSS. They've got the arrow to follow it up. Now the blink coming through, as well as the Moonlight Shadow being popped by the Mirana. Song. KB was popped by Setsu. Nice. They've got him surrounded with the Serpent Wards. Is this going to be good enough, though? They've got the Yules, and now Setsu trying to output as much damage as he can. The Soulbind as well as the Primal Roar hitting onto both these heroes. They pop themselves the Aegis. They're trying to get the damage out onto the Ember Spirit, but he remnants away and gets himself some space. They've already used the Primal Roar. They've got themselves Dragon Tail in just 2 seconds. Leshrac, though, continuing to be controlled. They've got the Remnant back onto the Leshrac, where Ember goes into the well to try and heal, but there's the stun on the SCCC. They'll get the kill onto the Naga Siren, who does have buyback and uses it immediately. Now they look over for more. The Side of Fist as well as the Searing Chains hits onto the Mirana, and now they've got him rooted up as well as the Beastmaster. Right in front of him is 3 of these heroes on the side of Aster, and they'll get the kill on a Flywin. So now can they get anything else on him? Because it required the song into the Serpent Wards.
Well, the song was
I say that. Leshrac in trouble. BKB's been popped. They've got the Slight and the damage to kill off Setsu. That's a big kill. Now they look over for the Dragon Knight, who goes into the BKB. He's trying to run. The arrow flies through and will hit onto the Ember. Not that they can turn, but they've got... What a job by Fade! He throws down the Serpent Wards. He's got the Shackle out onto the DK. Have they gone in too far, though? There's the Primal Roar as well as the Soulbind that comes out after the Primal Roar. That locks up the Pangolier as well as the Naga Siren. They get the kill on a Monet, but they take out Super on top of it with XSS. So down goes SCCC as he was using that song but couldn't stay alive. He's gone for 90 seconds. He fought back in that previous engagement, and now the Ember is in trouble. He remnants back. And the Serpent Wards are there to try and get a kill and maybe onto the Mirana, but they will lose the Ember. And he does have buyback.
So the other way, like SCCC still has no buyback from when he used it before as well. So if you can pick off SCCC, yeah, I think you still play aggressive. You have this massive lead. Like, yeah, he's dead.
Was used, and Ember. BKB comes out. Ember Spirit trying to run, but nowhere to go. He was silenced as he was out of the sun for a moment, but now they look over at SCCC. They've got the buyback coming out from the Ember. Serpent Wards down. Dragon Knight pops the BKB. Naga back. Overgrowth through. Setsu locked up. Rolling Thunder comes in, but there's the Soulbind. Arrow flies forward, and they get the kill into the Pangolier as well as Bobica dead. They get the kill into Setsu, so he is gone for 2 minutes, but Ember jumps into this one, maybe ill-advised, as he will drop and is killed by September. Dragon Tail, SCCC, now hit with the Stroke of Fate. The damage is there, and he needs to run. He needs to try and survive, but won't, and GG will be called. Even though they lost that Leshrac, they took the rest of the fight with these remaining heroes, and RNG will take game 1.
RNG.
Yeah, really well played, honestly, by RNG. I didn't expect them to be quite so dominating this game. But again, I'll go back to, those early engagements. What's the... Drunken Brawler, sorry, from the Brewmaster as well.
Prepare for battle.
Which is very, very nice.
Be ensnared in fire. First blood is invested.
Losing an Ember Spirit for first blood. CCC. Uh-oh. Concussive shot comes in. They've got the silence, and they're charging up the fortunes in to get the lockdown there to grab this kill. Need to get a little bit more damage, and they finally will have it with not enough damage. Chuan making his rotation over towards mid. Side of Fist, Searing Chains. XSS is here as well. He's got the Primal Split, and he'll use it immediately. So the Cold Snap, the EMP, it's all there to go for Setsu, but they haven't killed him yet. He's got to press the attack on him, and finally they'll get the kill with the Chronosphere, follows it up onto the Brewmaster as well as the Invoker. Do they have the damage to do anything more? They've got the Cyclone onto the Legion Commander, so now XSS back to form. There's the duel onto the Brewmaster. Can they get the duel victory? Yes, they can. Now they'll look over the Invoker, but here comes SCCC as well as Bobica. They make the rotation. They look over at Monet. Press the attack once again, as well as the time walk away from this fight. But now the concussive shot, as well as the arcane bolts hitting from this Skywrath mage. He doesn't have a
And
lot
the
of
last
mana to
game,
work
we
with.
saw the DK take the mana regen. I'm wondering whether, because he's against the troll this game, whether he decides to take the minus breathe fire damage reduction at level 10 instead. And especially because he has that jelly, right? Also, the other thing is Jelly's now global cast range, by the way, remember? So I don't know if you realise, but he actually used it on the Void in bot lane. I'm wondering if he goes for this Mask of Madness, is he going to go for another item before he builds BKB? Or is he going to try and hit this really quick timing with his team? Chrono?
Right into the Chrono Mystic Flare. And that is a quick
Oh,
kill. They also look over at Bobica. Lewis comes in. They've got Fade rotating as well as Juan. So they need to be careful on Monet, but the press the attack as well as the Time Walk, that will keep him healthy, but he gets pulled back in thanks to the Will-O-Wisp. Time Walk is available, so he can just disengage. They've used the Will-O-Wisp now.
Like Ember. Like every kill you can get on them early really sets them back.
Dire structures are fortified.
Primal Split gets used. The EMP is down with the Tornado. They get the kill there on the Super. They look over at September for a second, and they'll grab him. Cyclone now onto the Legion Commander, and this is looking like a 3-for-0. He'll pop the Blade Mail, but the Blinding Light is perfect from Bobica to set him back in. Good overwhelming odds. Does great damage, but no follow-up to this one. September buys back, and now he's looking to make something happen with the Mystic Flare. Oh, SCCC! He drops to Setsu, who threw the Breathe Fire out. Now XSS will fall. They do get the second kill on September, so it is technically a dieback. The Tornado hits onto the Void after he TP'd in, and
Winning fight. Chrono
Tornado
into-
Scanning.
He might be in a little bit of trouble here, Monet.
he's a bit far forward. September's behind him. The Tornado comes in. September will be spotted from XSS. They've gotten the silence out onto the Ember. Can he at least time walk? No, he can't. It's a big kill there.
I really don't understand this positioning of the supports here on
Radiant's
RNG's
middle
side.
tower
Like,
is under attack.
no, but the thing is, like, why is the Skywrath sat behind the Void instead of the Oracle? Like, shouldn't the Skywrath be playing in a pair with the Legion and the Oracle playing in a pair with the Void? I had to cough there for a sec and I panicked because I couldn't remember where my voice was going to come through.
Dual Mystic Flare coming in on the Xuan. They've got the Will-O-Wisp down. They don't get the kill there onto the Invoker, but afterwards, now he's into the Ghost Walk. He tries to leave.
overwhelming
Flywing's looking
odds.
for an overwhelming odds, trying to find the right mark, but he won't. Meanwhile, September ends up dead. They've got Super retreating, but a couple of shots. Chronosphere on a 2. Decent Chrono. Cold Snap hits on a Monet, but it's not going to be enough to press the attack coming in from Flywing. SCCC shows up to the fight. You need to be careful because DK, he'll make his presence felt once he comes into this one. They've got the false promise on a
almost there.
Flywing. The Cyclone is out on a Monet, but he'll time walk
missed the
away.
chains.
And now, Searing Chains, that does end up missing. Fade Sleight of Fist trying to run. The Cyclone now out onto...
The Chrono, right? In the late game scenarios. Oh, there's another fight.
Yeah, they've got the duel out on a Fade. They should have the damage to get the kill with the Dragon Tail, as well as the right clicks from Setsu to get them at least one. So they get them.
Yeah, that feels okay.
Radiant's
Monet's...
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, do they see him? They do. Okay.
Monet?
Is it Chrono? Yeah, he does.
Chrono? Yeah, okay. They were fighting this. Press the attack comes in. Oh.
Okay. They have
Once
duel
the
as
press
well.
the attack is out on Monet, that was a big kill. Blink forward from XSS as well as SCCC trying to go in on the Monet. They've got the damage and now he's in trouble. Just ripped apart by SCCC. September is now hoping or maybe thinking that a duel would come through, but he's already so low on this Flywing and Legion Commander that if he goes for a duel, he'll end up dead. The Cyclone now out on a September. The Will-O-Wisp is there once again. Fade, XSS, SCCC all around. False Promise just under the Oracle. Setsu with the BKB as well as the Mystic Flare down. They get the kill on anybody, can they? They look for SCCC. The Dragon Tail is there. They'll take out the Troll. Now they'll look for the rest. Fade on the run. He's got 2 remnants to work with. He'll go into the trees. Slight Searing Chains on a Super. He'll stay alive for a second longer, but now he ends up dead to Bobica. Dragon Tail out on XSS. He doesn't have that Primal Split anymore, but he'll just TP away BKB as well.
They know how strong they are, like with these BKBs, because it's all magical damage on the Radiant side, apart from the Troll.
Blinding Light. Chronosphere only lands on XSS just barely, but that's enough to get the kill. He popped his
Radiant going to be
BKB.
smoked or anything.
But now it almost makes this fight feel a little bit more troublesome for RNG as the
Troll
BKB's being popped by
BKB.
SCC as well as Setsu. They look over the Oracle. Can he stay alive? Super now out of the Will-O-Wisp, but the Sleight of Fist comes in from Fade to get the kill on the Super. BKB's been popped by Setsu and now done with. First hit bash from Roche. Roche may be rooting for Aster on that one. As, Aster don't enter the fight just yet. But they need to buy back on the Oracle, and that's exactly what they do. They need the false promise to keep this team alive and have a little bit more of a team fight. But the duel comes in with the troll, and now he's in a lot of trouble, end up dead.
And Xian as well.
SCCC just ends up going down. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the fight, they look over the Invoker of Purifying Flames, as well as the last shot coming in from Monet to get the kill there onto the Invoker of Xuan. And Fade now needs to run as he throws the Rod of Atos out on a Flywind, but it won't matter. RNG. They bring over a couple SCCC as well as Xuan. Monet doesn't have Chronosphere for another 39 seconds, but they'll go into the Primal Split. They look over at Flywind. They might just have to give up the Legion Commander. The question is, do they want to turn and try and fight this? However, I say they need to try and give up this Legion Commander. They've got the False Promise that'll keep him alive for a little bit longer, but the damage coming in from SCCC. By the way, SCCC, he's taking a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. He pops that BKB, and they get the kill on a Flywind, but, well, XSS, he's back to form. Mystic Flare is out. XSS taking a lot of damage, and down he goes to Monet, who's popped his own BKB. He's got that Aegis Remnant back from Fate. The Sunstrike's not going to land, and now Setsu will try to claim the tier 2 tower over bottom. We were seeing more and more of, but I still got a lot of DK losses prior. Oh no, Monet! A swing and a miss!
Oh, what a bait!
Master Duel and the Mystic Flare. It was a bait Chronosphere. SCCC now in a little bit of trouble. They've got the Deafening Blast hitting onto the Void. He'd love to have a Chronosphere in that spot, but he's not going to have it as the Fortune's End, though, comes out on a Xuan. Back behind the Will-O-Wisp is the Legion Commander, who's waiting for an opportunity here as Monet gets just lit up and killed for the first life. However, the troll's going. He's dead for 70 seconds, and now SCCC needs to get back. He's got that BKB running out, and now RNG will look to re-engage. And they certainly would love to go in on this. A big 160-second mistake. Blink, Thunderclap, Blade Mail popped. Now press the attack, but 3 heroes here, enough to get the kill.
And you still have that initiation with the Invis.
Out of Atos, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. They've locked up Setsu, but it popped the BKB. They've also got September nearby with the Mystic Flare. Silence is out onto the Brewmaster. XSS. How many times is that going to happen?
I think that's fine. Like, well, it's not fine. It's a bit better for him if he pops the hood active before, but...
Duel on a Fade. Buyback comes in from the Brewmaster, and now Fade trying to maybe get this kill on a Flywind, but he does have that BKB. They'll go into the Primal Split. They'll try to TP out September. He's got the boost travel, so he is gone. And Monet looking for the opportunity. Chrono this time lands. It's on both the Invoker as well as the Troll. SCCC will be killed off. They'll get the kill on the Troll. He doesn't have buyback for 70 seconds. They look over at Xuan. As now the Willis is down, but it's not going to hit on anybody except for the DK. But they've killed off the Invoker. He's got buyback. He might be forced to use it. DK hits the Dragon Tail onto the Brewmaster. XSS trying to man-fight this, but he's no longer got that Primal Split. He'll end up dead. He's gone for 75 seconds. They look over at Fade. They get themselves a fourth. The Sleight of Fist to survive a little bit longer, but he is gone. So 4 heroes dead, and RNG will take your base.
Really well played by RNG. They kind of bait them out of their base a little bit there, and like they said, they're just sitting on the high ground and they're ready. And Monet was just sat back, and yeah, instantly pops, gets the Chrono on the 2 cores, and if the Troll hasn't popped BKB or ult by the time he's in the Chrono, then it's going to be good night for him.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
And they smoke. They smoke and just walk onto the high ground. Like, yeah, we're backing up. That's sure. Dual Mystic Flare, dual damage, Flywind, 74 now.
Oh, the gem as well. I'm pretty sure he just picked that one up. Oh dear.
That's like buying the engagement ring and dropping it on the proposal. Time walk forward, Bobica. He did just buy back. Monet, he doesn't have a second life, but he does have that BKB ready to maybe turn this. And now Monet with the BKB looks over at SCCC. He goes into the battle trance trying to survive, though. False Promise will keep him alive. Now over on Setsu, they've got the dust. They'll chase and bash, but press the attack is there, and he'll survive once again. Rod of Atos, Deafening Blast. September's dead. He's got buyback, but the BKB for the second time from Flywind, and now in a run. Super, TP's out, but the Searing Chains, I believe, hit on a Monet, so he is here with Flywind and now trying to run. Might be a slow chase to try and kill this Faceless Void, but they don't exactly have the gap closer when he's able to just time walk away from a majority of this Aster side. Blinding Light pushes the Legion Commander back into the hands of Aster to get the kill.
And he's built loads of damage items to make up for his talents.
When he's setting up, there's the Primal Split as well as the duel coming through on SCCC. What a move! Absolutely an amazing move from Flywind. Bobica dies, as does SCCC. The GG will be called as they've also locked up Xuan inside the Chronosphere. and they get themselves 3 kills. They don't even need to finish off the Roche as RNG take the series to a what a move by Plywin to cap that game.
But like, it's so easy for them to do, right? Because they have 2 ways of 100 to 0ing the troll.